Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Monday Night Facebook Live. It is Monday, February 26th of 2024. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. We do Facebook Lives every Monday at 6 o'clock. And for those of you that are just joining the first time, or if this is the first time watching our videos, my name is Laura Betts. I am founder and facility director of HyperbaricsRx in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We're located on West Commercial Boulevard, so just a couple of blocks east of 441 on Commercial Boulevard. And in addition to offering hyperbaric oxygen therapy, nutritional education programs, detox foot baths, as well as training here at our facility, a few other services as well at our Holistic Hyperbaric Center with it. We do telehealth around the world also. So we'd love to help you. We have a lot of information to share, and it's just one of the neat things that we get to do here. Again, for those of you that are listening to this on the replay, by the way, tonight's topic is hyperbaric oxygen for recovery, sports injuries, and performance enhancement. And it's a really nice segue from what we talked about last week, which was benefits of hyperbaric preconditioning for cosmetic surgery. And the simple answer is that the body needs oxygen to heal. It needs oxygen to repair. It needs oxygen for just about every hormonal process, regulatory process, and the healing mechanisms themselves, the generation of new bone and tissue, is triggered by one of the chemical changes that hyperbaric oxygen specifically does. It's one of the mechanisms of action, and part of the reason why wounds, for example, certain types of wounds that are absolutely unhealable become healable under courses of hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Now, there are many athletes in the world that use hyperbaric oxygen for recovery, sports injury, and performance enhancement. But the neat thing about our private freestanding facility here in Fort Lauderdale is that you can access safe hyperbaric oxygen therapy at an ANDI certified hyperbaric facility like ours and get all of the benefits. And one of the neat things here is we are a training and research site. So in addition to common information, standard protocols, we have a lot of cutting edge data as we do have research projects that we're running here, and we are testing protocols and collecting data in certain aspects. And that's a really neat thing. It translates to us just having a lot more information. I personally am a longtime member of the ANDI Diving and Medical Board. And this is one of the reasons why we are able to help create a personalized dive plan for you. Yes, there are standard protocols. Yes, there are research protocols. Yes, there are international indications. But what's the best protocol for you? So some of this extra information that we have really gives us the ability to create the best opportunity for efficacy. I bet you didn't know that hyperbaric oxygen plays a major role in the treatment and management of drug and alcohol addiction. And that's one of the things I do specifically on my board position with International Hyperbaric Medical Foundation. And the IHMF is a nonprofit doing some really amazing things to try and increase the accessibility of oxygen therapy, especially for our brain injured veterans. So really neat things there. So let's go ahead again and get into our topic for this evening. Now, again, some of you may or may not be aware that several of the leading athletes in the world, they are the top pro in their particular field. They use hyperbaric oxygen therapy for recovery. So after training, after workout, after practice, they use it for sports injuries one of the first cases that I did when I transitioned from diving medicine to hyperbaric medicine. Everything we know about modern hyperbaric medicine comes from treating diving injuries. And as an Andy diver, someone on the Andy Medical Board, Andy has a perfect safety record, both in their dive training and in their hyperbaric facility. So I had a lot of information that was theoretical. Andy dive teams, we don't have injured divers there. So interesting piece about that. So in working with one of my first cases, again, when I transitioned, this was a very high profile basketball player who had their instep crushed during a game. And the fine bones in the foot there, that is genuinely regarded as a career-ending injury. That area really complex, a lot of microcapillaries. It's what we call in hyperbaric medicine poorly profused. Bone is the tissue with the lowest oxygen supply to begin with. So when we have a break, the generation of osteoblasts, bone, is a slower process than the generation of fibroblasts, tissue. And the entire premise of performance enhancement and bodybuilding and muscle training comes from that. So essentially, right, the premise of muscle body weightlifting takes advantage of the fact that muscle repairs really quickly. So you lift the weight, you slightly tear the muscle, the body repairs the muscle grows. You lift a little bit more, you slightly tear the muscle, and the body is repairing this in a relatively quick period of time. Now, that doesn't work quite the same way with bone. Bone is a much less profuse tissue. It has a lot less blood supply and therefore a lot less oxygen supply. So when we're talking about our sports injury healing and recovery, in general, tissue repairs about 80% faster undergoing courses of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, that's soft tissue, and bone repairs about 50% faster. So yeah, in this particular scenario that I used with the crushed instep, it still took 4 months for them to be able to get back to practice, but the alternative would have been closer to 8 to 10 months. That was significant. This professional athlete also went on to have a career for quite a few years after the injury. So what was the financial benefit of the hyperbaric oxygen therapy being able to play and not having to retire? Now, we don't need to be a professional athlete to benefit from hyperbaric oxygen therapy. All of us, especially, I would say that average people that are not professional athletes, I think we need even more help. We're not conditioned to the training. We don't have some of the habit and discipline that is a little bit more commonplace for a professional athlete. It's more challenging for us. We have other jobs. We're not professional athletes, so we don't have the ability to spend the day after our workout and practice taking time for us to recover. We have to go to the next step. We have to pick the kids up from school. We have to go to the meeting. We have to meet the family member. We have to drive. So all of these other activities and responsibilities. So this is where hyperbaric can really do some neat things for us. And then, of course, it does have application for performance enhancement. So one of the whole points is that they found is when we precondition the body with hyperbaric oxygen therapy, we're taking advantage of the reduction of inflammation. We're taking advantage of the increased saturation. There's all sorts of neat synergy here. And the more optimal the body is, and the more balanced the body is, the better it's going to perform. Some athletes do hyperbaric oxygen therapy right before a game, right before a match. There are some big bike races down here our way. And when those bike races are in town, we have a group of people, we have specific hours where the facility is not open, but we have appointments specifically for the people in the bike race, and they come in and do hyperbaric oxygen therapy the day before the race, in some cases the morning before the race, for the additional benefit and performance enhancement that they're able to get from it. So really, really neat thing. And by the way, if you're listening to this and you are a professional athlete and you do have training coming up, you do have a match, you do have a race, you do have an event, and you're specifically looking to use hyperbaric for performance enhancement, please reach out to our facility. We do have custom scheduling available. There's a small additional site fee in order for us to be able to do that if it's outside of our regular schedule. And we'd love to be able to create the opportunity for you to be even more successful. So let's talk a little bit about regular people. And let's talk about something called delayed onset muscle soreness. Delayed onset muscle soreness. So what is that? So that's the soreness, that's the pain, the second day after you've exerted yourself, after you've done a new exercise, after you've used muscles that you don't normally use. And there's a whole chemical reaction that's going on there. Part of that chemical reaction creates an inflammatory cycle. The body is trying to get resources to the area in order for it to heal and repair. And day one, we pushed it, we were okay, no problem. Day two, that's when you really feel it. That's why it's called delayed onset muscle soreness. So this is where the dosage and the schedule of when the hyperbaric session is being applied really matters. And again, this is another reason why you want to be working with our facility. Not only are we an ANDI certified hyperbaric facility with certified chamber operators, but we have a lot of experience here. We are we're the oldest hyperbaric facility in South Florida. We were founded in 2000, so we've been doing this an awfully long time. And in addition to our firsthand experience at our clinic, because I do sit on a couple of medical boards, and because of my relationship with the ANDI organization, I get a lot of feedback from other clinics as well. So we're really able to apply the modality in a personalized, customized way to create the best opportunity. Is hyperbaric great? Yeah, it's great. Does it do good things? Yeah, it does good things. But are we creating the best opportunity for efficacy with the protocol? And is the opportunity for efficacy we're creating in line with your personal goals? In this particular situation, the goal is to not be as sore after we've worked out, to take advantage of improved recovery, heal faster, bring down inflammation. When we bring down inflammation and swelling, there is a secondary analgesic benefit, a pain reduction. So this is one of the reasons why hyperbaric, in some cases, as a symptom management, it is a natural alternative, a non-invasive alternative to pain management, and it does a neat thing. So in scheduling this, we want to schedule your hyperbaric session at a specific dosage, and we want to make sure that this happens either the same day of your workout, the same day of your event, of your exertion, and no later than the next morning. Once we start to get past the afternoon, the body has had time to engage some of its inflammatory responses, engage some of its reactionary situations there. And essentially, in doing that, we've created less of an opportunity to get the benefit. So just that alone, we're here in middle of February, and a lot of people in the beginning of the year, they say, this is the year, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm really not in the shape I'd like to be, and it's starting to interfere in my life. And I was playing with my child the other day, and I was really exhausted. I was carrying something up the stair, and just feeling the need, seeing how even day-to-day things are getting a little bit more challenging because we're not in a reasonable state of health. In some cases, we're in a declining state of health. At the end of the day, we will have to make a decision as to where we want to spend that time. It's an interesting thing because you're going to pay it on the front end as a choice in prevention, or you will be forced to pay it on the other side once it's become an illness and you're no longer able to be functional. So while sometimes we have to do things that are good for us that we don't want to do, hyperbaric can give us the ability to make something that's really hard a little easier by enhancing our healing and reparative mechanisms. Now, we can pair that in addition to a personalized diet plan. We can pair that with some targeted nutrition that is addressing your own specific individual requirements. One of the things that we do here is DNA testing. And the DNA test that we offer creates this amazing nutrigenomic report. And with this information, we have your specific needs. Some people benefit from drinking caffeine before a workout. Some people benefit from that caffeine an hour into a workout. Some people, it doesn't really make very much difference at all. So drinking an energy drink, on top of the fact that a lot of energy drinks have dyes and sugars and less than ideal synthetic additives in them, if the purpose of doing this is for the benefit of the performance enhancement and in regards to your genomic profile, you don't that doesn't affect you that way. How about do you get more inflammation from weightlifting? Do you get more information from cardio? So being able to look at how exactly your body is able to benefit there. And we can put these two things together and come up with something that really creates the opportunity for success here. If it was easy, you would have already done it. If we could follow a diet that was handed to us on paper, you would have already followed the diet. These things are hard. If it was easy, you would have already done it. But just because it's February, just because we're a couple of months into the year, doesn't mean you have to trash your goals and start all over again beginning of January of next year. So we would love the opportunity for you to do a consultation with us. Our number at the office is 954-749-9998. And we really want to hear what's going on. And we really want to hear how we can make you happier. We want to put together a personalized program, and we're going to use hyperbaric oxygen therapy to supercharge those results. Everything in our body uses oxygen. The cells need it to do their job. I've talked in earlier videos about the mitochondria DNA. That's what makes the cell go. That's the engine. If you thought about the cell as a car, the mitochondria are the engines. And the oxygen is the primary fuel. It is the primary component, by the way, but it's not the only component. We need other minerals. We need other nutritional components. And who knows, there may be a root cause. You may have environmental toxins that are interfering in your nutritional absorption. You may be so stressed out that essentially your body is not able to heal and repair and recover properly because your cortisol is so high, and the type of training that you're doing is just stressing the body out further. And that's the reason why you're gaining weight. So we have a whole bunch of different ways that we can assist, a whole bunch of different options that we can use to essentially create the opportunity for you to meet some goals. And I really have some firsthand experience with this. In fact, this time last year, I was going to the gym 4 days a week. I was doing cardio. I was on a caloric restrictive diet, and I was gaining weight. In fact, I had gained significant weight. And at one point in my life, I was quite a bit heavier than I am now. I'm going to do another video on it. And that was a little frustrating to have met all of those goals. But now I have an understanding as to what was going on with my cortisol. Now I have an understanding of what was going on with my nutritional needs. Now I have an understanding of what time is better for me to go to sleep, what time is better for me to go up, to create a better opportunity for that schedule to be easier for me to do and incorporate into my life. So these are all the neat little nuances that we can hone in on to really create an opportunity for your success. And we're going to use hyperbaric oxygen therapy to supercharge it so that we can get those results much faster. So I hope this information was helpful. And again, if you're listening to this and it sounds familiar, if you're struggling with these things, we would love for you to let us help you. When we feel great, we feel great, and we love making people happier. So again, we do Facebook Lives every Monday at 6 o'clock. And this is a great opportunity for you to come out and meet with us. We also have many of our past Facebook Lives under our videos, so please check them out. And if you're listening to this on the replay, thank you so much. My name is Laura Betts. Again, I am the facility director and founder at HyperbaricsRx. This has been another Monday Night Facebook Live, and I thank you again so much for joining me this evening. I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Thank you so much.